So that starts to tip us a little bit to the intention behind the book. And if you think about who this book is for, how would you answer that?
So the short answer is the book's for everybody. Because when I wrote it very deliberately with the intent that anybody who wanted to pick it up could glean some essential message from it. That being said, it is particularly directed at those who are feeling challenged by whatever's going on for them, those who are feeling that sense of burden, and those who are looking for a new way to be with whatever it is that life has handed to them.
So following that, on that, if you think about what your best hope is for how people might work with and live with this book, because you've issued an invitation in it, so what's your best hope that might happen?
My hope is that all of us, and I include myself in this because I'm as human as anyone, so I slip off the wagon from time to time, probably more often than I would like, but my biggest hope is that we'll start to bust this myth that life is hard and start to really approach our daily living from this space of possibility and what might be possible if it actually isn't meant to be a burden, no matter what we're facing. And I know we're all facing our stuff. So that's my biggest hope, is that we start to experience this paradigm shift.
One of the other areas that you, in the theme of myth busting, one of the things, and I love this, I was reading the book and there's a statement that Gail makes, which is life balance is a myth. And I was really interested about that one and wonder, why do you believe that? And what are you hoping to do by provoking people to explore that myth?
It's funny, I just gave a talk on this topic on Tuesday night. So for me, life balance is a myth. And the irony about that is that when I first started coaching, I branded myself as a life balance coach. That was what I did. I worked with women mostly, to help them find a sense of balance in their lives. And it went pretty well, but as I started to grow my practice and do more and more coaching, what I realized is that something was off. I was experiencing a great deal of success in the work that I was doing. Women were making changes and shifts in their lives for the better, and yet this concept that we tend to call life balance or work-life balance just felt misaligned. And I realized that it's because the concept doesn't apply. Life is not something you balance. We're not living bank ledgers. And the concept of work-life balance is even one step further from anything that might be achievable. And so in the book, I go into a little bit more about what that might look like and what we need to replace that whole concept with if we're actually going to live lives that are meaningful.